Hello there. This is Cheryl Lentz, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, doing my follow-up Friday. So if you're here, I didn't get a chance to comb my hair. Sorry. I was running around getting ready for Hostess Club tonight, so I had to pull all the card sets, stamp sets that we needed for the cards that they're making today, which is really exciting. Anyhow, so what I wanted to share with you today are my remakes of the February Paper Pumpkin kit, which was Gift, I think it was called Gift of Hope. Bouquet of Hope, yeah. Very, just a beautiful, beautiful set. I will let you know right now that I have 3 more boxes here. So if you're in the area and are interested in purchasing one of these paper pumpkins, I do have them here, right? 3. So lovely, lovely. And I think that's all. I had a lot of fun. As soon as I was done, I started playing with these, and the set alone is very pretty. And so I'm going to do a little coloring on the flowers that, the stamp that we received in the set, because I have one that I really fell in love with. So, hello, Jean. How are you today? I am going to switch the camera around, and we'll get started. I'll show you the originals and then the remakes, and we'll see what you think. All right, here we go. Switching that around. We're going to go for a little ride. Close your eyes if that bothers you. Sorry. Here we go. I'll make it a little bit bigger. There. Okay. So, let's see if I can move it over just a smidgen. Okay. All right. Hello, hello. So, original cards. This one here. And original is blank inside. So I didn't, when I use them, I always put insides in because that's my rule of thumb. But on this one I didn't. So here are the original designs by Stampin' Up! Beautiful. Except this one was supposed to have a ribbon behind there, but it kind of got lost in the shuffle with that. And so I did something different with it. But pretty much these are the original designs. Okay, so I started playing. You got quite a few of the cutouts. Now, let's see here. So I like to cut them up. The only thing I added to any of these cards is cardstock. So I didn't like to bring in any other sets. I want to use strictly what is given to me besides adding in cardstock. So with that said, this beautiful rose pattern in the Mary Merlot, this is how it comes, right? You get a card like that, and I chopped it up. I chopped it up, and I made this card with it because I did like how the gold is on the color, but then I put Rococo Rose behind, and ta-da! So this base is this base. So the base was the same color, the Rococo Rose front and back. So on this one, I just cut up that one card, and then I used some of the stickers. The piece that I cut out, I used inside, which I really like that look. I like the look of that coming out of the corner, kind of out of the frame. So that's card number 1. And then here is card number 2. So originally they had this on this same, but the gold wasn't on there. And here's where I put some of the twine in. I just wrapped it around. And how you can do that easily is I stamped my verse, and then I put dimensionals on the back, took off the cover, and then I just wound the thread around so it's sticking out the back of my dimensionals. So here's this one. And these cute little flowers were included in the stamp set, which I thought were a nice addition. So that's card number 2. Card number 3, when I cut up that, I cut up another one. And then I put this on top of the stripe base that they gave us. I love the flowers that came in here. And then I used some of the little sequins there. I made a double bow for tying the flowers together. And the other piece I cut off, I put inside here. So there we go. That's card number 3. Card number 4, this one I did add a base of the Just Jade. But again, so I put on the little flowers and I kind of colored them. I should have used So Saffron. I used Mango Melody, which is my favorite yellow. And I should have used the other, but it still is okay. This is the punch out that they gave us. Then I used a piece that I cut off because I cut this card base up. So I used a piece of it inside and then again the little flower in the corner. I am so sorry. I just keep coughing here. Take a little drink. Okay, so this one I did, which is pretty, this is a solid card base that I did, pretty similar to the original, but on this one, is this the original? This is the original. What am I talking about? No, it's not, because it's solid inside. So, but look at, I forgot to do the inside. I got waylaid and stopped short of finishing it. So I will finish it. And a lot of times when I use, like this has the gold in here, when instead of using the foil paper for the inside, because I like to match up, I would use soft suede. So it's kind of a nice, kind of has the same tone, right, as the front, but I will use soft suede in the inside, and then stamp some of the flowers in the Mary Merlot, which is in our neutrals collection. So Mary Merlot, and use the So Saffron for the flower centers. Okay. So let's see here. I have another one. So this is the one. Let's see. That's the original. Okay. This one. So when I cut this base up, the stripe, the base was front and back, had that nice stripe on it. Okay. So I had all these extra pieces. So I'm not sure if you can see this, but I had extra pieces and I made the stripe go in a different direction. I'm going to bring it a little closer. So, oh yeah, you can see. So you see how it looks like you have a little zigzag here? That's because there's an extra piece all the way across there. And then you have that zigzag here. And again, I had an extra piece. So I had this little strip that was left over. And what I was going to show you, I really like this rose pattern. I think it's really pretty. Bye, Monique. I love this rose pattern, this whole bouquet. And so I was just going to show you how I colored in the roses because they look sort of velvety. They have a lot of depth to them. So that was, out of all of them that I made, I think that was my favorite one.
Thank you.
And then the inside I had one little piece left. And so I did the little tab on there and gave it some interest in the inside. So it's not just plain, kind of follows through with that, with the stripe and with the little extra piece, 1/4-inch piece of cardstock. So to color this in, so this is a nice size bouquet on this set, really pretty. So I just inked it up with my Memento. The stamp is pretty big, so when they're this size, I like to leave the stamp down, the block down, and then just tap it with my, and you don't want to rub too much because sometimes you'll get the little pieces from the linen on the Memento pad, and that'll cause kind of a blob. A blob. That's a technical stamping term, blob. It'll cause a little problem there. So I just stamped it on here. It doesn't matter if that's straight, but I just, there we go. So what I did was, to figure out where everything is, I started out with all these different colors. So I used Cherry Cobbler, light and dark. I used Just Jade, light and dark. My favorite, Mango Melody. And then those pretty little blue flowers, I used the Dark Seaside Spray. I started out with my light blend, Just Jade, to color in all the leaves because I thought that was the fastest thing to do. So I just colored them all in with the light and it goes pretty quickly. And if you miss one, you just go back and hunt it down and color it again. But this bouquet is a nice size for on a card front. I thought it was really pretty. Kind of a nice bonus. When you get the stamp sets, they're exclusive to Paper Pumpkin. So it's not like you can go back and get these again. If you don't get the Paper Pumpkin, you don't get the stamp set. So it's kind of a nice little additional thing to keep in mind if you're interested in getting the Paper Pumpkins. The stamp sets alone are just really cute. And this one included. I just love this bouquet of flowers. I think it's kind of cool. So Paper Pumpkin is a kit that comes to your house once a month. They've been showing like sneak peeks now. They used to not show anything, and it was like whatever you get, you don't know what you're gonna get. But then I went with the dark Just Jade, and I just did the outline kind of like that on some of the leaves. So so now they've been showing like little sneak peeks for people, and it's most often cards. Once in a while they have something else, but usually it's a card, a grouping of cards. So it's well worth. I think it's worth it. So what I did for the roses is what I was going to show you. I started out with my dark cherry cobbler, and I usually always start out with light, but I started out with my dark cherry cobbler, and I just lined like the inside of each petal. I just went around on the inside, kind of, and then in the middle here, these three in the middle. And so again, I'm just kind of going on the inside edging here, going around all that area, and then the 3 dots inside. And this one, same thing. I went with the dark first, and I'll show you. Then I went with the light, and I just colored over the whole thing, and that just blended it. Now, because you're only doing 3 flowers, it's okay. If you were doing more, you were doing a bunch of these, I would say you don't want to, you then don't want to do too many before you can get to it and blend it. There we go. My tip is a little bit used here, so I'm just gonna try to be careful where I'm going with that, because it's not as pointy as it should be. But, and then when it dries, you're gonna see, then you'll see the difference. You'll see that light and dark. It kind of looks velvety with this, and I know we used Mary Merlot in the cardstock, but we don't have a Mary Merlot. There we go. We don't have a Mary Merlot blend. Stampin' Up, give us one. That would be nice. So with the little flowers, these little odd flowers. Oh, see, I missed a leaf there. Now I see it right here. With the little tiny, some of the flowers, I did the Mango Melody, and I colored them in with the light. They're kind of an odd little shape. I colored them in with the light Mango Melody. Let's see, I think there's one over here. And that way, and then the center here, I went with the dark. So, and then I added some dark, just kind of around the edges. It just makes the flower pop a little bit. So, just around the edges. There we go, and I missed the biggest one here. Right here, right in front of me. Hello. There. So again, a lot of this is just kind of, all I'm doing is going around the outside edge on this one. And it just gives it depth, right? This is the dark mango, yeah. So I'm gonna go, the bigger daisies, I just left white because I love a Shasta daisy. So I left those white. And then the little tiny ones, I also did with the yellow, but I colored them in blue, so they were like little forget-me-nots. I love little forget-me-nots. There we go, to add some more. Now you could leave it like that with all of them being white, but I'm a sucker for this Seaside Spray. I really like this color. And I love little forget-me-nots. I think it's a pretty little flower and a nice blue. Because they're so tiny is why I went with the darker blue versus a lighter blue, because I wanted them to kind of pop here for me. And they have the dark mango melody in the center. There we go. And I think I'm going to color this little one in the middle too. There. Okay. Just like that. Ta-da! The ribbon, I went with the dark, and I just kind of outlined it. Up and down here, just a little bit. Even on the edging here. I went with the dark color, then the light, and filled it in. So you will see will look, when it's all done, it kind of looks shaded in, and it gives it a little more dimension. Easy. On next week, Tuesday, I'm planning on playing with color again. I missed another leaf. I'm planning on doing some coloring with watercolor pencils. So now you could leave it plain like that. You could draw in the lines. I think this one I'm going to leave plain, but on this one you can see I drew the lines in. But I'm going to leave it kind of clean like that and just leave it at that. But lovely, lovely stamp set with this set. So if you're interested, I have one here. So there's my little flower again. I will put my remakes up here. There we go. There we go. I love this one because I like this yellow dotted. Ta-da! Let's see here. So I know what I was going to tell you. On this one, I took the back side of the solid color and I traced around this outline, and then I cut it. So you see this is Rococo Rose, but behind this foil piece is, I can pull this up and you can see, is the Mary Merlot that was part of a card base. I wanted that to stand out a little bit more than have the lighter pink behind it. So this one is like doubled up. And here's the one with just the, just on that color. So there we go. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. And this one here, let's see here. This one here that I didn't finish yet. I have to go back and finish that, I promise I will. So on Tuesday, we're going to do coloring with watercolor pencils and blender pens. Woohoo! So that'll be kind of exciting. So please join me then. I'm going to turn the camera around. There's my remakes. Ta-da! Hope you like those. It is a great set. Hello, Sally. I'm going to turn this around. Ta-da, ta-da. So, hello, Travis. So there we go. I have all my my remakes. I have one more I have to finish, and I still had a couple of pieces left over from that kit. Fabulous kit. If you're interested, let me know. I'll put your name on it and keep it here for you. So other than that, I think we're all set. Y'all have a great weekend. Do a little stamping. It's okay to stay inside and stamp, even if it's nice out. It's a creative outlet. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling the family. It's a creative outlet. I need it. So take care. We will see you for talking on Tuesday at 2. Thank you. Bye-bye.